everybody, and welcome
Hey, everybody.
to Bad Entertaining.
Bad and entertaining.
The only
Bad
podcast.
and entertaining.
The
The
only podcast
that
that
consistently
disappoints. Yeah. Today is going to be a special episode. Today, the episode is going to be titled "No Cuss, No Fuss." Because of YouTube's current climate and being for kids, I'm not making any money off these videos for several reasons, but on top of the fact that we are not age appropriate for children. So in this episode, there's going to be absolutely no cuss words whatsoever. And if anyone does cuss words, I'm going to cut out their audio for the rest of the episode.
Wait, what if
So
both me and Josh accidentally say something and then it's just you talking at intervals with no context? That'd make a hilarious episode.
Then you just title the episode to "Being Alone with My Thoughts" for 45 minutes, and you're just like asking yourself questions, pondering for a bit, and moving on.
No, that's what's happening.
Actually, I think that would be hilarious.
That is what's happening. If you cuss, then you're just muted for the rest of the episode. The episode ends once all of us cuts.
Oh.
I have like
but wait, what if we
don't? With that.
Then we don't. Then it just
Then the episode doesn't end?
Hang on, I need to write on the back of my hand to not cuss real quick, otherwise I'm absolutely gonna forget.
It's gonna end after 45 minutes. That's why we set that's why I said, I guess 45 minutes will be the editing time.
All right.
So, if it reaches 45 minutes, then the podcast is over. If we all end up cussing, then the podcast is over. Because I'm
already stressed out. Oh my God.
Okay, let's just start with easy stuff. How have you guys been? We haven't talked in a while.
I've been good. I've been doing my job. Classes start the 21st of September. Do you remember? 20. What number?
Hey, demonetization. Whoa.
It was like 2 seconds, and it wasn't even in the right key. We're fine.
Pick a key, huh?
It's not demonetization. It's copyright strike, I think, is what happens if I do that. Yeah, it's not good either way.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
Speaking of either way, Madeline, how's you been in the
How's you been? I've been alright. These last couple of days I've sort of just, I don't know. I haven't felt great mentally, so I really haven't been doing anything. But I'm trying to start doing stuff again, like drawing and going outside. But classes start.
Horrible.
Which part is horrible?
I was gonna say one of the usual responses I say, but I can't say it because we're not allowed to cuss.
No, I know. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for which part is horrible. Me trying to be motivated? Is that what you said was horrible?
Your bad mental state is what's horrible.
Oh, all right. Thanks. But classes for me start on the 23rd. So that's cool.
Do you even have a job?
Do I have a job? No. Why?
Yeah. Loser.
I guess.
I got a job.
I know you have a job. I saw you at Walmart like 2 days ago.
I don't remember that.
Moises the kind of guy when he gets
hi.
When he
do you know people say hi to me in that job? Like
I'm a little
7
bit offended
people
now.
at the least.
No, don't feel bad. It's not exclusively you. The last time I'm pretty much ever gonna see Moy in person. It was at work, and I said something to him, and he's like, "I'm on the job. I gotta go." I shook his hand, and then he left. And he's like, "No, I gotta wash my hands." It's like, poggers.
Jeez.
I get frazzled when I was working, and it was when I was first starting working there, and I didn't know how to do things.
It's fine. Anyway, Josh, how have you been? What have you been up to?
You know how I sent that video to the group chat about our D&D group chat about starting a new campaign?
Yeah.
I've been writing extensively because that's like my hyperfixation right now, and that's actually like how I've been curbing my depression is just by giving.
That's good.
This is my hyperfixation.
The podcast is?
Yes.
Let me flex real quick and see how many pages I've written so far. I'll count them in my
24.
head. That should not be annoying. That might actually be close.
Remember the time
While you're
you
counting,
you
I've been
remember the
reading a
time?
lot.
Oh, what have you been reading?
I'm actually reading Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. It's really good. My dad has it on like audiobook, and we listened to it when we were driving whenever we stayed on the beach in June. And I listened to like most of it then, but I didn't get to finish it, so I saw it at Target and I bought it, and it's like really good. He talks about like why it's hard for people to talk to strangers, and he uses examples like spies getting by in the US even though there are clear red flags, and why it's so hard for people to believe the victims of like sexual crimes and stuff, because people's default is honesty, and people want to assume that other people are being honest, and it's actually really, really good.
My default when I'm working at Walmart is that everyone's a scumbag.
Well, yeah, not everyone's default is honesty, and honestly, if I had to like make an assumption about myself, I think I'm more cynical than that. I think that my default is to assume that most people are lying, but the general majority of the public, it's to assume that other people are being honest.
Not to tangent the conversation too much, but Moy, you were actually almost perfect. Like I'm working on my 26th page. You were really close.
So close. Speaking of
Actually,
close,
my book stuff was the tangent, so you're good.
Well,
Josh,
sorry to
remember that?
tangent your tangent, but
Sorry to
yeah.
tangent your tangent, tangenting the tangent change of
And there's the
tangents.
note.
Anyway,
Do you remember the time you made a maze in a one shot and I was able to just brute force it? So
You
you had to insert all the challenges along the way.
Yeah, no. So my problem is my thing was like, what if like all three directions they had was right, and there's no way they'd guess the same three things in a row, and then they did that, and then I was like, oh, well, technically they got through the maze, but that's not really fun. So I'm gonna put in the encounter, which is actually a really bad DM habit. Like, don't make action for the sake of action, but at the same time, it's also equally not fun to be like, okay, we go right, then right again, then right. All right, well, that's the maze. You won. Good job.
no, but it was funny though. It was
It
really
was funny.
funny.
It was a lesson, and also I'm never doing a maze in a thing again because they're frustrating, but not in a fun. Oh my god, we got through it. Can I say oh my god? That's not swearing, right?
I don't think it is.
Thou shall not use the Lord's name in vain. I don't think the
Okay,
Christians
wait,
allow
no,
that.
wait a second. No. Technically, no, you have to listen to me now because I know stuff. Whenever that was written, thou shalt not use the Lord's name in vain, they didn't mean like literally saying God or Jesus. They meant like you're not allowed to use that as an excuse to do bad stuff. They meant like people who went and conquered other lands in the name of God. That's what they meant. They did not
Yes.
mean you can't say, oh my God. So, no, it is not a swear.
I know. I was
I've
just
never been
joking.
I've never been more tempted to say get effed than I have now. Thank you, Madeline. I appreciate it. I will send Moises the message saying get
Can we get an F in the
redacted.
chat?
But the other kind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, that deserves a
Oh,
pogger in my opinion.
Anyway,
I got another shelf, and now I have more space for my stuff.
good. I
That's
keep meaning
cool.
to spend a day and rearrange my room. I've got a lot of stuff, and I don't have shelves to put anything on. So I think I'm going to talk to Dad and see if we can build some shelves
Yeah,
in
my
my
dad built
room.
my shelf. I helped him. Well, help in quotation mark to install it.
Hmm.
So that was fun.
I need
And
to find a
now,
project for me and Dad to do, because me and Mom are crocheting together now, and me and Dad don't have a project, so I need to find something to do with him so he feels included.
start drinking together, as in soda.
Not gonna do that. I meant doing woodwork together. That way we could build shelves together. That's where I was going with that. But yeah, alcoholism is cool too.
I said soda.
Oh.
Like soda.
Yeah.
Soda's expensive.
You think?
Yeah, it's like $7 for a 24 case of Dr. Pepper cans.
That
I
is
don't
not
think that's very
expensive at
much.
all.
That's super expensive.
I think
No,
that's
and if
super cheap.
if you recycle the cans, that's it's like $3 and some change back. So you're really only spending $4 if you recycle.
But I don't
Even
know
if
how.
you don't recycle, that's not a lot.
That is a lot. I only have
Boy,
like
you make almost 2 of that in an hour. What are you on about?
I only have $134 personally.
No, no.
Like,
I'm not
in
saying
total,
you.
that's all of your savings?
Yeah. No, that's
I'm
not
not-
all of my savings whatsoever.
I'm not
That's
saying that. Damn it! Darn it! Listen here, pal. That's
Yeah.
not a swear word though. That's like they say that in PG movies. Don't.
They say that in PG-13 movies. You only get the one.
Okay. The PG-13. I'll take that. That's fine. But like, I wasn't trying to say, hey, you only have $100 in total. That's expensive. I'm saying you make 2 cases of soda an hour.
Yeah.
That's how we quantify it. How many cases
Well-
of soda do you make an hour?
The reason I bring it up is I just spent $20 on 5 bangs. Those things are getting outrageously expensive.
So stop drinking Bang.
Never.
No,
Alright.
that was no, that's not my actual response. My actual response is no, I have a problem that I'm not ready to fix yet.
Okay. That's fair. You know what? The first step is
And-
acknowledging you have a problem. I'm proud of you.
In the wide words of Will Smith, yo, if there was a problem. No, it was Vanilla Ice. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the disc while the DJ revolve it. Ice, ice, baby, too cold, too cold.
I'm gonna stop you
Amen.
right there. Amen. Got it.
If the Pledge of Allegiance did not have the terminology "under God," there would be no complaint about whether or not you should say "Amen" at the end of it, because I do not like that. It has "under God." It was only added after the Red Scare.
Yeah, you are correct. I feel like everyone, because I don't say the pledge of, or I guess I don't have to anymore, but even in high school, like I never said the Pledge of Allegiance, and I haven't for a really long time because I think it's stupid. But I feel like that's a really good example of how people like say that church and state are separated, but they're really, really not. You know what I mean? It's irritating.
Yeah. As irritating as this moth in my room. Did I tell you about the moth in my room, Josh?
I thought you were gonna just make that a
No.
general question.
No.
I like moths.
There's a moth in my room. It looks like a paper moth.
I think
I
I've
like
decided
moths.
I'm gonna get a moth tattooed on my forearm. That's gonna be my first tattoo.
Nice. Mom is really
here-
itching to get tattoos, so she's like
It's
super close to just taking all of us and getting like a family tattoo. Not like the same one, but like all of us go together and get our tattoos
Live,
at the same
laugh,
time.
love. Oh, but no, that's cool.
God no. Alive. Ahaha. F word.
The moth is currently vibrating its wings and crawling along my window.
I really like moths. I think that's a good idea, Josh. A moth tattoo.
You think so?
Um,
Let's not get matching
do.
tattoos though, because that's a crash course to not being friends anymore. It just happens. Trust me.
Okay.
At least don't
I'll
make them look similar. I'll send you mine, and then you have to be like, "Hey, you see that? I want a moth, but the polar opposite of this tattoo, but not opposite
I think
enough
if
to where
I
it seems
was-
like a gimmick."
I wasn't saying that I was going to get a moth tattoo, and if I was gonna get a moth tattoo, I'd probably get a Luna moth because they're my favorite.
Lunar moths are icky.
Actually,
Why not get
I
a
think they're
phoenix?
cute.
Why not get like a? I think it was called no, it was a sphinx moth. Those things.
I'm not
those
saying
things can
other
beat up
moths aren't
hummingbirds.
cool. I'm just saying that I prefer Luna moths. No, I think my first tattoo is going to be constellations, because I'm basic
Sick.
and also because they mean a lot to me. But
Madeline, have you played through all of Hollow Knight? Have you defeated the final
God,
boss?
no, I have not.
Okay.
I'm not even close.
Okay. Well, I'm not
I'm
going to
still
spoil
on the
it for
green
you.
path. Please don't. I
You're
actually
still
really
on
like it.
the green path. Oh, that's
a
funny.
fake laugh. I just started Hollow Knight, actually. Really
Did
like
you?
it so far.
Moy, you have to remember that I don't play like actual games. Like Animal Crossing is what I play. That's where I get my energy. So like
Yeah,
playing something like
yeah, I
Hollow Knight is
noticed.
really hard for me.
I noticed. I saw you. I saw the little thing, the little blurb that says Madeline playing Animal Crossing while I was playing Dragon Quest.
Can I bring up something that's making me really happy about my
Sure.
What?
school? So the laptop that we're like, it's part of the tuition. It's pretty hefty in price, but we're getting a new generation of the laptop, so it's better than the former students. And they sent us the specs today, and oh my god, mwah, that's beautiful. It's a great computer. Really can't wait to
Nice.
get it. Homie's got like 32 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty good cash dollars if you ask me.
All of my
Anyway.
computers are really bad at processing stuff, so
Oh,
I'm
did
too
I tell
scared
you
to
that
try gaming on them.
Colin
Go on,
is going to be
Madeline.
taking computer science classes now too?
Wait, our Colin or your
My
your
brother.
brother?
My brother
Oh,
is going to be taking computer science classes. He's
that's
actually really
cool.
excited about it. I don't know. It makes me think of you. Every time somebody brings up computer science, it makes me think of you
Uh,
and Leif. So
Computer science.
the
Are you
science
thinking
of
of Josh and Leif now?
they were just both in the class together, and they like talked about it a lot. And it
yeah,
just, I don't know, fond memories.
yep.
Get out of the window. I don't want to see you.
Be nice to the moth.
The cat. I'm talking to the
Oh,
stupid cat.
Um,
If
additionally
I
with the
was
tattoo, I was thinking of like a moth and then something. It sounds basic probably, but behind the moth, like more towards my elbow, would be a crescent moon, and then on the shadow, out branches like a cloud of ravens, which then circles a tree of life that would be on my bicep.
I actually
okay,
really like that.
that sounds really cool and all.
And then wait,
Here's
hang on,
some.
I'm not done. So and then above the moth, so you can think the crescent moon is on the bottom side of the moth, and then on the top side it would be the entire moon cycle. You know, going from waning
Waxing to waning.
crescent. Yeah, that.
Hey, it's a
You know,
full moon tonight.
I know.
It was
Wait,
a
no,
full
it was
moon last
yesterday.
night.
Yeah, I have a moon calendar.
It's waning right now,
No,
or
it's
is it
full tonight.
wax?
Yeah, I have a
No,
calendar, man.
I
It
think
was
it's just.
full.
I have them in my calendar. It's a full moon tonight.
I think it's just a
I
waning.
think we're both not wrong. It started last night and it's finishing tonight. The
Okay.
fullest voluptuous moon has been yesterday to today, and then it will start to subside into a.
Yes.
It will all begin again.
Sure. But anyway, that's a cool tattoo, though. That's a cool tattoo
Yeah.
idea.
Here's
I
some
really want
advice.
a side
No, you go.
tattoo, but anyway. No,
Side tattoo?
there's more, but there's so much and it doesn't matter. So go ahead.
Just some advice I heard from I don't remember where. If you're thinking about getting a tattoo, wait a year, and if you still want it, then go ahead. Because like lots of people get tattoos on impulse, and then they look back and they're like, "Why did I get this stupid tattoo?" Like the one guy that got it. Like the one guy that got a tattoo of Brian Griffin after he died, and then they brought him back like 5 episodes later.
Oh. Yeah, no,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like
I think
that's
that
not
if you
necessarily like
like
a.
stuff, get a
Mhm.
tattoo of it. You know what I mean? I don't think that every tattoo has to be a super deep, like have a super deep meaning. You just have to like it. But my advice is actually like try doing it, like try getting a temporary tattoo or like do it in henna and then like see if you like it on yourself forever, you know?
Yeah,
Well, that's
I think just get what you like and then shut up.
Matt.
That's my philosophy. And if you're
That's
good
fair.
at that, that's on you, Chief. But not every tattoo
Yeah.
has to be like, yeah, I got a moth because one time I looked out at the moon and then I saw a moth on the windowsill and then it was like a euphemism for death and like that represents me. Like I'm dead. No. I like
Stop.
moths. Like
Josh, what's the definition for euphemism?
I don't know.
You took O'Connor's class. You're supposed to know this.
And
Why do those things connect? I
hey,
don't think that
Chief,
O'Connor ever uses the word euphemism.
like
It
here,
was
bud. Look, someone can
It was
talk,
like-
and then
It was
wait.
like the thing. What was it? The weekly word things back in like sophomore year. The last year I was at school.
A spelling test?
Yeah, spelling test,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
They were
Whatever it was.
quizzes, actually.
Wow, you know the name. Congratulations. Why don't you remember the fact that euphemism was one of the words, huh?
Euphemism was not one of the words.
Euphemism was totally one of the words.
Whatever.
Okay, boy, what's the exact definition of euphemism?
Pee pee poo poo ha ha ha.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
a euphemism is usually like a turn of phrase or something to stand in for something that's embarrassing that you don't want to say outright and blunt. That's
There
why
you go.
euphemisms are usually sexual.
For example, I am having a really rough time right now.
I don't know what's a euphemism for masturbation because everybody wants to say that you're masturbating. You know, there's plenty of those, aren't there?
Oh, yeah. No,
Madeline,
Yeah.
I got you.
yeah.
Huh?
All right. Nothing.
How are you gonna mute her for saying masturbation? That's not. What?
Are you seriously gonna
Literally-
mute me because I said masturbation? Are you kidding
There's-
me?
There's literally a book that you are required to read in junior high in some schools, where one of the chapters is like, oh my gosh. I hate this country. I hate society. I hate everything. Gosh. Golly gee. I can't even say God because I feel like you're going to be like, muted.
Wait, no,
I've
seriously,
worked-
are you gonna mute me because I said masturbation? Because now I'm upset.
I don't know. I don't know these things. I'll find out in post when I'm editing the podcast.
I'm gonna be so
Um,
mad. That's not even a curse.
Or is it? Dun 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 dun.
It's
No, just kidding.
not.
If they have joking videos on YouTube up for people to watch, then it doesn't matter.
Can you not say joking on.
On my good Christian content.
Yeah. Plus, when are we PG-13? What is this? I don't know. That's
It's because I want money. I want money. That's why.
Moises, you're not gonna turn a cent until we hit like 100,000 subscribers.
Subscribe and hit the bell for notification.
Speaking of, I'm trying to become TikTok famous on principle. And also because I
What-
want money, but mostly on principle.
What principle?
Because, like, I don't know, the people that go viral on TikTok are like, I don't know, it's usually stupid content.
Yeah, like Belle Delphine. You know what she did.
Is she the one that dances?
No, she's the one that has the Legion of Simps behind her.
Oh. Is that the
What?
gamer girl? I don't know who anybody is.
I don't know. I just know that she does the eyes crossed and open mouth face.
Oh,
with
that is
tongue
the
out.
gamer girl. Yeah, the one that sold the bath water.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Good
the
for
one.
her. Honestly,
She made.
good for her.
You
Hot chick
gotta
live
respect the
life on
hustle.
easy mode.
Honestly, yeah, like if people are willing, like if she's making products that people are willing to buy, like good for her, you know? Like she's
Yeah.
capitalizing on that market.
Honestly,
You got the grind. You got the time.
ugh. I should
Ew.
just start like sneezing in water bottles and being like, "Hey, who wants some Jesus goo?" And then people are like, "I want Jesus goo," and then I sell it for $45 an ounce, and then just pop off.
Why are snake oil salesmen called snake oil salesman, Josh?
I don't care
It's because they
snake
have.
oil-
It's because
because what they
because
sell is without a snake oil and it's not good for you or something. I don't care.
no, the snake oil, it never contains snake. It's because they have a snake in the audience. Like they always call a certain person from the audience up to the stand to demonstrate the thing and show that it works, when in reality it doesn't do jack.
You know,
And I found that
you could have just framed that as, "Hey, you guys want to know what snake oil comes from?" rather than, "Hey, Moy, you know the definition of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?" No? Well, you're an idiot.
If you
Here's
say
what
it
it
fast enough,
means.
it's really quite atrocious. Sorry.
No, but that's what
framework
people
of it.
do. That's what people do when they want to flex. They asked it as a question, like, "Do you know what this is?" Ha! Well, I'm better than you because I do know what this is.
I don't
That's
do
what
that.
people
Do I do that?
Do you do that? Do you?
I don't think I do that, Josh. Do I do that?
No,
you're
she's
fine.
anxious about it. You're fine. You don't do that. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
how
sure.
dare you.
I don't remember you if you did that. All I remember is that my mom did that to me.
I kind of miss you guys a lot, kind of very much.
I miss you too.
Um,
Are you? Oh no, I
What?
guess not.
Where
What were
are
you
you
gonna say?
right now, Josh?
I'm still in Washington. I'm in Island, which is near Stan. I shouldn't say that on a YouTube video, but I don't care. Pull up, cuh. I live in Island, Washington, which is near Stanwood.
I'm just gonna flash up Josh's exact latitude, latitude,
I
and
actually have no idea where that's at,
longitude.
Josh.
Oh, well,
Well, here it is on Google Maps. Boom, there it is, right there.
No, it
Flash
doesn't
cut,
matter. I
edited
don't need
post.
to know. I'm just saying I don't actually know where that is.
And then pretty soon, next month, or no, this month, at the end of this month, I'll be going to college. It's so cool.
Nice.
Yeah. What day does your classes start? Like officially? Do you know?
I don't actually know for true, but my
Oh.
de facto answer is October 5th, and move-in day is
geez.
the 25th.
Mhm.
So, I think the classes are so delayed because they're pretty much convinced that like we're actually going to do in-person school, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just do this
Oh.
at the end of the year and hope for the best.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
guess
be
that sort of
pissed.
makes sense.
Better get a
It's better than
friggin'
not having
FD
school.
if
I
it's
mean, it's
all
computer
online.
science. You can learn it remotely.
I don't want to though. I learn best
I
in
know
the
you
class.
don't
if
want
I can
to.
see
That's. I
stuff.
mean, all of us want to be going to classes. I don't want to be staying home for a year, but I am.
No, I know. I just mean I don't want to pay the same tuition if I'm not getting the actual proper experience. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
It
Yeah.
You know
seems kind of
what's
like cheated out of it.
it's funny. This while I was in college for Running Start, I was considering taking a gap year, and then this whole virus happens. Whoop-de-dee.
You don't
I
have a
must say.
choice.
Well, it's not that I don't have a choice. I've already registered for classes, so yeah.
That actually okay, not really to sound like a jerk, but the point of not the point, but the nice thing about my school is that since it is year round, I start with my degree a year earlier than everyone, and now that a lot of people are taking a gap year because of corona in my field, I can start 2 years ahead of my peers who are going into my field, which I think is nice because it helps reduce my competition by a little bit in a field that's already expanding very much. So it's gonna
Yeah.
help me out in the long run, kind of. Which sounds selfish, but you guys aren't going into computer science, so I couldn't care less.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
selfish. I think it makes sense to be competitive. It's a competitive field.
Everything's competitive if you think of it like it is, but
I
yeah,
don't
it
think
is
that's
competitive.
necessarily true. I mean, it's a competitive field because there's a lot of people going into it. My field isn't competitive because a
eating,
lot of people aren't
competitive
going into it.
running, competitive jumping. They literally have an entire ceremony about competitive doing things that are sport related, Madeline. Those things didn't have to be
Sport-related,
competitive, but they became
talking about-
competitive.
You realize that we're
Talking about
talking about
Trump,
college majors, right? Like, I'm
Yes, we're
just
talking about college.
clarifying.
Yes,
Okay.
but I'm talking about anything being competitive. I said anything can be competitive if you think of it as competitive. And then you started saying, not really, but yes, it can.
Not really, because okay, whatever. Sorry, you're right. I'm wrong.
Am I right?
I don't think so, but I'm gonna pretend like you are.
That's your problem, Madeline. You always spend your life pretending. Why don't you actually be somebody?
That was really rude, Moises. That was really rude.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Are you? I accept your apology.
I thank you for accepting my apology.
You're welcome. Anyway.
You're welcome. We're all welcome. In
Welcome where?
Hell.
I mean, that implies that hell exists. Hell has to exist
It
for you to be
does.
well. Actually, hell has to
It
exist
does.
as a physical
We're living
place.
in it right now.
That's a stretch.
Where is hell, you ask? Ohio.
Dude,
Or
you
like
think your
you're
life is
in
bad?
a house somewhere in the Midwest with no Wi-Fi. That's where hell is.
That seems more like a purgatory to me.
You think your life
it all
sucks?
depends on
Dude,
what.
shut up. There's people living in Iowa right now. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Oh, he swore! He broke his own rules! Oh no!
Brilliant. I love it.
The one who has like many Tourette's has survived the very man who put in this BS rule. Haha! Because it's not diagnosed, but boy, oh howdy, do I swear a lot. So get gut.
Okay, wait, Moy. I just want you to
clarify.
know that I am going to rewatch this episode once it is posted to make sure that you did edit your own voice out after all of this.
I never watched them. I forget that they exist. I'm convinced that you don't even post them.
He actually has forgotten some of them. That was one of them.
That was like the best episode.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Yo, this story is gonna be sick.
I know, Moy. I'm just saying you have forgot one in the past, and honestly, that was my favorite episode, and I'm a little bitter about it. Actually, I think if I had to pick a favorite episode, it was just the one of us. I think you called it Gush or something, where we just talked about our interests. That one's my favorite. Oh, well, I liked it. That's fair. I mean, I guess, yeah. Well, either way, I liked that episode. When did we say we were going to stop recording? 45? Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro.
Yep, bro. I'm trying to think of other stuff that I guess, yeah, the only thing that I've really been like focusing on right now is like Avatar and Legend of Korra. So like all the stuff that I like know about is like me hyper fixating on those two things. So Legend of Korra is the series after Avatar: The Last Airbender. So after, I know, I'm just filling in gaps. So she's the next Avatar after Aang dies, and it's a little bit weird. Yeah, there can only be one Avatar at a time. Of course, Aang is dead. Nope, Aang is no, that's his son Tenzin. So that's the thing, is Aang died really young. He died, what, like in his 40s, I think? I don't know if it ever actually specifies. So all of his friends and his kids and stuff are still there. So we get to see Korra meet Katara and Zuko and Toph. At this point, Sokka's already dead, though. I'm not all the way through it yet. I'm only on season 2, so I don't know everything. I don't know if Suki's dead or not, and so there are some gaps still. But I did a lot of background research into Legend of Korra because I knew objectively it kind of sucked, so I wanted to know why. Turns out they had to deal with a lot of stuff. So the first big thing with Korra, why it sucks so much, is the creators were told they could only have one season, so they poured 3 years worth of ideas into one season, and then halfway through them releasing that season, Nickelodeon came back to them and was like, never mind, you get 3 more. But half of the show was already done in half of a season, so like, what were they supposed to do? So they had to drag out what was supposed to be one season into 4 seasons of a show, and then like, I don't know, sometime between 2 and 3, their budget got cut. So Nickelodeon was putting pressure on them to fire some of their staff, and they refused to. So there are a couple of episodes that are just like reused footage, and people got really upset about it. But it's like, what were they supposed to do? And then there was the whole fight that they had to have about making the next Avatar be a girl and her be a girl of color. And like, I don't know. And then the lesbians, and there was a lot of stuff that they had to put up with trying to make Korra, and in the end it really wasn't what they wanted it to be. And every time I watch an episode that I'm like, wow, that really sucked, I try to be really forgiving about it, because it's like, it's not living up to the expectations of Avatar: The Last Airbender, because that was a brilliant show that did amazing. But I mean, it's not Legend of Korra's fault that it sucks so much. I have a lot of feelings. I'm fine.
Well, it sounds like you're out of breath from explaining the entirety of the show in one inhalation. That's what it
circular
sounds like.
breathing, my guy. Yeah, none of that had to do with the actual plot points of the show, but yeah, that's all the executive meddling that went on. And while I was on that sort of kick of doing deep research into shows, I did super deep research into Treasure Planet and why it was an accidental failure. That's a story for another podcast, though. No, I will 100% break it down for why it was intentional by Disney, but it should have succeeded. But that is a story for a different podcast because it's long. It's very long. For some shows, yeah.
It's something I have to deal with
animation takes time,
constantly.
100%. But
What I have to deal with constantly in like games and stuff is when people get pissed because it's gonna take a long time for the game to release or something to release, so it puts a lot of pressure on the team. And I think it's misinformed that it's just like a team of guys who were like doing everything. Like it's strange because it puts pressure on them and they have to rush things out, and then the game turns out really bad. And it's
no, that's the same reason why like all of the background animation in Yuri on Ice is kind of bad. Like if you look at the other ice skating performances and stuff, like the animation is super rushed and like it doesn't look very good, which is surprising because the rest of the show is beautifully done. But it's because after the first couple of episodes were coming out, like it blew up really quickly. So there was a lot of pressure on them to release more like super fast. So all of the background animation is really, really bad in Yuri on Ice. And that's why, because people put pressure on the animators and don't really take into consideration that it takes time.
I couldn't even give you the proper word for it or an example of doing this, but something I wish that more companies would do more is like in between main releases of content, like for example, I guess Yuri on Ice. It would be nice. I know it takes time, but if they could line up maybe a series on the side, not an animated series, but like a comic or something, um, to where in between episodes, even if the episodes only came out like once every 6 to 8 months or something, there could still be something to like cut the meantime with like actual story and stuff to keep fans intrigued. The game Halo Infinite was supposed to come out this holiday, but due to the pandemic and other things, it got delayed to literally all we know right now is that it's coming out sometime next year, which is unfortunate, but also some good things have come out of it. Like they released a book that was supposed to come out beforehand, but now it's going to be like way before the game actually comes out, which is still, in my opinion, a good thing because fans have something to kind of like, know life over for a little bit before the actual game comes out. And then also, something else good came out of the delay. I don't know if you guys know anything about the Halo company, but Bungie, which was actually formed in Seattle, after their game Halo Reach released, I believe in 2010, they sold their company to Microsoft, and 343 Industries, I don't think was born, but could have been born, and they started working on the new Halos, and they're the ones working on Infinite. Bungie works on games called Destiny now, but the point is that one of the original directors from Bungie just signed on for 343 and is now going to be working on the game, which means that it's going to be pretty. It's going to be a kind of game. You know what I mean? And it's really cool. Is this like a response to me being excited about the director coming back to 343, or?
But it takes a whole team.
No, I'm not saying that the game itself is just suddenly gonna go from absolute dog redacted to being something amazing, but just having someone who understood the old formula of what made the Halo game so great on the team is brilliant. Because some of the old Bungie employees now work for 343, but they're getting even extra help from the old team who made some of the greatest games of all time. Like, this isn't like, oh, a redacted concept artist is coming over, so now we know that the story is going to be really cool. Nah. The director. Yeah. Are we giving up on the cussing thing now, by the way? Because my hands are shaking.
No, if you cuss, you still get taken out until we're done recording, which we should be soon. So you're good. I mean, you could just say something, and then it will just be me.
Oh man. All right. I'm not gonna do it, but my original idea when you said that just was like, hey, can you give me a countdown for the last 10 seconds? And then when you got to 1, I was gonna just like scream like something.
He'd take it out though. So for
Yeah.
us, it would just be a count. Or no, actually, there wouldn't even be a countdown. If Moises was doing the countdown, it would just be me sitting here in silence. I suppose.
I just realized that whole bit is just going to be me talking to myself for a minute and then arguing with maybe an idea that I had.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be super funny. I'm really excited. That was the other thing I meant to ask. Is it going to be like gaps of silence, or are you just going to straight cut the clip and make them like Josh straight talking by himself? No, I know. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that whenever you cut out your voice, are you going to leave gaps of silence where you were responding, or are you just going to straight cut it out and then just all of that dialogue is just Josh talking? Like there's no breaks in it. Okay.
Wow. Come.
This has been bad entertaining. Thanks for listening. Is anybody gonna? Josh, you gonna say anything? Is it just gonna be my really bad outro?
Come.